episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. Let's get right to it. So, this has been a burning question throughout the 90s and post-Jordan, post-Olajuwon, okay? Would the Rockets have beaten the Bulls if Jordan stayed? I know I made a video a couple of years ago saying I had to get the slight edge to the Bulls, but I was thinking about this the other day. Could the Rockets really beat the Bulls? I don't know. That's a conclusion I have. I don't know. Because it never happened. It never happened. And if the Rockets were able to defeat the Jazz, if it wasn't for that John Stockton three-pointer, that sent the Jazz to the NBA Finals, we probably would have known. We probably would have known the answer to that. We probably would have known the answer to that question, okay? But the Utah Jazz crashed the party. The Utah Jazz sort of crashed that party. Or they stopped the party before it even got started, okay? So, and just think about it. If the Rockets beat the Jazz in the 97 Western Conference Finals, Barkley, Olajuwon, Drexler versus Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kukoc. Oh, man. Man, that's a question we will never know the answer to. And I know I said when I made the video a few years ago, I had to give us a very slight edge to the Bulls. It's a toss-up, okay? It's a toss-up, okay? And Vernon Maxwell had this to say. He said, Vernon Maxwell said, go back and look at the 90s and see how many times we beat them, the Bulls. How many times he beat them? And Vernon Maxwell was like, and I'll just leave it at that, okay? And Phil Jackson said, man, we have real bad matchup problems with the Houston Rockets, okay? We have bad matchup problems with the Houston Rockets, okay? Because if you look at the Rockets in the 90s, okay, yes, they were still largely dependent on Olajuwon, but they also had sort of like a, I don't know if they had a three-guard alignment, but I do know they had Kenny Smith. They did have Sleepy Floyd. You also had Otis Thorpe, okay? So you had some guys. You had Mr. Mean, Harry Smith. Then you had guys like Buck Johnson bringing up their career. Yeah. How could I forget this? Houston actually had a three-guard alignment that presented the Bulls with matchup problems. Not only did they have Kenny Smith and Sleepy Floyd, but they also had Vernon Maxwell, who they acquired midway through the 1990 season. Okay? So, Houston's three-guard alignment presented matchup problems for the Bulls, but the biggest factor was Olajuwon, okay? Then, before I get to my point on Olajuwon, Sleepy Floyd came to the San Antonio Spurs for the 1993-94 season. Then they brought in Sam Cassell. So now it was Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, and Sam Cassell, who replaced Sleepy Floyd. Um, so um, the Bulls did have real matchup problems with the Houston Rockets because I know they split the season series in 1990. The Rockets swept them in the season series in 91. They split the season series in 92. Then the Rockets beat them both times during the regular season. Okay. And and Michael Jordan said after the Rockets won at Chicago Stadium, okay? After the Rockets won at Chicago Stadium, Jordan said, it's a good thing that they can't get out of the West. The Houston Rockets. It's a good thing they can't get out of the West. And the reporter was like, why not? Jordan was like, we have no answer for that big monster, referring to Olajuwon. He said, we have no answer for that big monster. Robert Horry thinks the Rockets would have beat the Bulls, okay? Because Robert Horry did play for Phil Jackson, okay? He did play for Phil Jackson. And you know Phil Jackson, mantra, no one man can beat us by himself, okay? And Robert Horry really thinks that Olajuwon would have beat the Bulls by himself, okay? And like I said, it was a question that was on the verge of being answered until the Utah Jazz stopped that party from getting started. They stopped that party from getting started. Looking back on it now, I wanted to see a Bulls Rockets NBA Finals, but when I was little, I wanted John Stockton to hit that had a shot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I wanted John Stockton to hit that shot. Okay. Yeah. Man, that question came so close to being answered in 1997. Houston's Big Three versus Chicago's Big Three. Maybe four, and Tony Kukoc. That's a question we'll never know the answer to. I was about to say, oh yeah. It just came back to my mind. So there was some debate about the Sacramento Kings losing the 2002 Western Conference Finals, okay? And there is talk that rogue officiating cost the Sacramento Kings a series, okay? Well, Grant Napier, former voice for the Sacramento Kings, never saw it that way, okay? Grant Napier doesn't see it that way. And I gotta say, I don't see it that way either, okay? I don't see it that way neither, okay? You're led by 24. You're led by 24 points in Game 4, okay? You had the Lakers by 24 points. Robert Horry hits the game-winning three. Then, you blame the officiating for losing that series. Nah. Don't blame the officiating. Sacramento could not rebound the ball, and they could not hit their free throws, man. They could not hit their free throws. They couldn't rebound the ball, and they couldn't hit their free throws. You remember what happened in Game 7, okay? Towards the end of the game, Sacramento was 15 for 29 at the free throw line. Sacramento was 15 for 29 at the free throw line, okay? Yeah. Sacramento couldn't rebound the ball, or they couldn't hit their free throws. What do you know? They end up losing the series. It's 7 games, okay? And I remember late in Game 7, Mike Bibby was at the free throw line, okay? Mike Bibby hit the first one, okay? And Mike Bibby was shooting free throws for the tie. Okay. So Bibby hits the first. Okay. Then Bill Walton starts to make the point. The Kings have killed themselves. They're 15 for 29 on the night. Plus, even if he makes this gives the Lakers the added edge at the end. And then, just as Bill Walton was finishing his point, as Bibby was about to shoot the second free throw, Rick Fox played mind games that Phil Jackson was known for. Okay? So, just as Bibby was about to shoot the second, Rick Fox changed positions at the free throw line. Okay? And so Bill Walton was like, oh, Lakers, a little psychological gamesmanship here. The change of positions by Rick Fox makes Mike Bibby think about it a little bit more longer. And then that's when Doug Christie came and got into Rick Fox's face. I believe. So yeah. And so yeah. And I remember Steve Jones saying, this is the type of atmosphere that you dream about. This Game 7 atmosphere right here. But yeah. I don't think there was no rogue officiating. Sacramento couldn't hit their free throws and they couldn't rebound on the ball. What do you know? They lose the series in 7 games. So that's just my take on it. Maybe y'all have a different take on it, but hey, that's just what I say. All right, that's it. And that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here. May God bless you all. Peace.